and welcome to this session on mounting jobs in between centers. Let us begin with the session.
Let us now look at the objectives of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to prepare work for turning in between the centers, set live and dead center proper alignment, mount the catch plate, set the bent tail carrier, support the job in between center. The tools required to perform this operation are facing tool, center drill, drill chuck, driving plate, live center, dead center, lathe carrier, and surface gauge. Let us now learn to prepare the workpiece for turning in between centers. Turning workpiece in between centers avoids the need for truing the work. The workpiece needs the following preparation to be carried out before the actual operations are to be performed. Face both the ends of the workpiece. Perform the center drilling operation at both the ends. Dismantle the chuck from the spindle nose. Assemble the driving plate or catch plate. Assemble the spindle sleeve to the spindle nose. Fix the live center to the sleeve. Ensure that the spindle sleeve and live center are free from damages, burrs, and are thoroughly cleaned before assembly. Check for the true running of the live center with the help of a chalk. Select a suitable lathe carrier according to the diameter of the work and fasten it on one end of the work with the bent tail pointing outwards. Workpiece that has a finished surface should be protected by inserting a small sheet of copper or brass between the end of the screw and the workpiece in the carrier. Mount the dead center in tailstock spindle. Check live and dead center alignment. Apply grease to the center hole of the workpiece to be engaged by the tailstock dead center. Move the tailstock to a position on the bed to suit the length of the workpiece. The tailstock spindle should extend approximately 60 to 100 mm beyond tailstock. Clamp tailstock in position by tightening the tailstock clamp nut. Engage the work center hole with the point of live center and with the tail of the lathe carrier in the slot in the catch plate. Ensure that the tail of the lathe carrier does not rest on the bottom of the slot in the driving plate. Advance the tailstock spindle by the hand wheel rotation until the point of dead center enters the center hole of the work with proper seating, eliminating all endwise movement. Move the tail of the carrier back and forth while adjusting the hand wheel until only a slight resistance is left. Tighten the tailstock spindle clamp at this position and check that the resistance does not change. Set the machine for about 250 RPM and allow the work to run for a few seconds. Check once again for the resistance and adjust the tailstock spindle if needed. Work is now ready for operations. Before holding the work in between the centers, ensure that the centers are aligned. To recap, we have learned to prepare work for turning in between the centers. Set live and dead center proper alignment. Mount the catch plate. Set the bent tail carrier. Support the job in between center.
So that's all about the mounting job in between centers. See you in the next session.